A renowned climate activist recently said, "All you care about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth." An active citizen should always question status quo and seek the truth, which encompasses the role money plays in our financialized economies. But who should be addressed? Who is it in today's economy that really governs and decides the first user of money? Who creates it and lends it out at interest? What if this statement would have been conveyed a few miles away, not at the UN Assembly, but down at Wall Street and where the big banks' headquarters lie? These activist words would have targeted the real regents, the unofficial regents. And why is that? In today's economy, and more importantly with the current monetary system, the banks are the rulers, not like previously in history when emperors, kings, and government had control. The main reason for this is that the banks have taken control over the monetary prerogative and thus the creation of money. The truth is, we have gotten a debt-based economy, and in the Western world, especially in Sweden, we have come to a point of a fatal debt saturation. Let's not right now get into the overhanging problems with over-indebtedness and interest. Instead, what is a debt-based economy? It means our money is credit-borne, and we have private companies, commercial banks, creating our currency, which is the money we get paid with and use daily. The banks create this simply by issuing a loan. After deregulations, there is no anymore any theoretical limit to how much money the banks can create out of thin air in the long run. On the other hand, the state's money, which is sovereign money, have been marginalized to an extent that it only represents a tiny part of the total money supply. The lion's share of the money is bank money. In Sweden, that is 98%. The majority of the money is not state-issued, but privately issued credit. The state, who have previously been in control of the money supply, only have monopoly on physical money, bills and coins. With modern banking, the majority of transactions today are electronic, which means cashless. And that isn't, as one might think, a good thing for the environment. In this case, less paper has a big and consequential impact on the planet's biosphere, because the banks seek unlimited growth. They create more credit than the economy can bear, credit for both citizens and governments, so the banks can receive interest payments. The interest cost on the credit grows and eventually impedes the productive part of the economy, while still demanding growth due to the interest burden. It's basically a scenario of infinite growth in a finite world, a detrimental activity that doesn't respect humans and nature's need for recovery. The issue originates from private banks because they are foremost profit-seeking, and while therefore never resist making loans destructive for humans and nature. The nature of banks is maximizing profit, full stop. They are not intermediaries with morality and a conscience like humans. They won't hesitate when they make loans for speculation or investment that is fueling industries that are responsible for global emissions. Furthermore, it is imperative to understand how unequal it is to let private companies print money and be in control of purchasing power. That is why the state that represents the citizens and doesn't have to think about generating profits should safeguard the monetary privilege. Only then can the state ensure economic justice and equality. If we want money to go into the real economy, not the financialized part of the economy, we need to immediately restore the prerogative of creating and issuing money of the nations to the state, We can't afford to live in a bank regime any longer. Sovereign money is the solution.